In this video, I'll discuss how our informed public opinion can contribute to further enhancing democracy. You are listening to Ram Ratan Guwala, and through my channel, I try to spread awareness and information about how Bharat, which is India, is advancing in space technology, information technology, economy, and finance and social sectors such as women empowerment and children's education. This video will be the last part or final part of our discussion on Indo-USA business matters. In other words, it is the third part of the Indo-USA business, and I will end it with this video. In the last two videos, when talking about Indo-USA business part 1 and part 2, I discussed that the contents or ideas in nuanced or in indirect manner, trying to inform the native or ethnic people of Anglo-Saxon countries about India. Though I only included the USA citizens as reference in part 1 and part 2 respectively. Many of the audience might have not understood what I was trying to say in those last two videos. But in this video, I'll speak more in a apparent manner. Now, you must ask the question why I was referring to only the native people of the USA in those two videos that discuss Indo-USA business. Because when some incident happened in one of the native North American countries, the native people were confused since they were unaware of what was happening or what was happening around the world, especially when it came to the relation of their country with India. They were much like oblivious. That is why I try to pass on some information to those native people on the perspective of democracy. Because if they elect good people who understand the interest of India, then definitely the business of Indo-USA, Indo and Anglo-Saxon countries can reach its culmination. These are the countries where Five Eyes operates. Those native people should know that these are the countries where some kind of anti-voice against India is emanating from. If Abraham Lincoln had been with us now, he would have not allowed those kind of alliance to exist, because this alliance is forcing the other nations to go for alliance in retaliation. Now, another question the native people of Anglo-Saxon countries should ask is why some media designate some acts according to their convenience. If some form of attacks happen in their land, it is illegal for them, and when the same type of attacks happen in India, that is legal for them. This is the biggest challenge that the current world is not able to understand. In the first video of the Indo-USA business part 1, I mentioned the emotional attachment we Indians have for Russia. The native people of Anglo-Saxon countries should ask why Indians, despite having a deeper bent of mind toward Western cultural influence, our minds are still practical and hopeful toward Russian relation. We Indians start reading and writing English right from our childhood. We mostly read English books, novels, and magazines and newspapers, and watch English movies. Despite this fact, why our mind is emotionally attached to Russia, they can change our mental perception only when they start to denounce the misconception that white is always right. Please remember, I don't include Elon Musk, Mark Zuckerberg, Walt Disney, Mackenzie Scott, the organization Google and its parent company Alphabet, other entities such as Microsoft, Bing, and so on in this discussion. Who are some of the examples representing individuals having the most beautiful minds our world has ever seen? The change I'm looking for can only happen when the native citizens of Anglo-Saxon countries start to understand the lives of Indians, because our lives are dependent on yours and your lives are dependent on ours. Life in the fourth industry period is interdependent. I think there is a wall that we can call media that is acting as the barrier, because the way the information is presented to the native people of Anglo-Saxon countries is not crystal clear to them. And when such incident happened in one of the Anglo-Saxon countries, and now it seems the same is taking place in another country, the native people could not understand how to react, and they got confused. That is why they should understand what I was trying to say in the previous two videos of Indo-USA Business Part 1 and Part 2. And before I close, I must mention that when it comes to China, I would never encourage or not encourage our India to participate in the Belt and Road Initiative, and China has always been aggressive toward India. However, there should be people-to-people contact and cultural exchange, because China has never said anything about our cultures. Chinese people consider their cultures to be similar to Indians. And I guess there are more than 1.3 million people living in China who are Indian, who practice Indian culture without any restrictions. As for Russia, everybody knows how long and consistent the relationship India holds with Russia, and therefore there is no need to mention that, or no need to explain Russia's importance to India. So, analyze the spectrum of information from the perspective of your own media and Indian media to collect authentic information about what is going on around the world, especially in reference to the business of India and Anglo-Saxon countries. Finally, I have tried my best to make the native and ethnic people of Anglo-Saxon people understand India deeply, so that business and cultural exchanges go through a progressive path. And your informed public opinion is the only solution on how to enhance and protect democratic setup in this changing time. And I extend my heartiest thanks to Alphabet, Google, YouTube, and Facebook for giving me the opportunity to present my views on democracy of India and Anglo-Saxon countries.